Hello everyone. Today we are going to see our next video of Daily Minutes series. Okay. In this series also we will see some of the questions that has been asked previously in the examinations. Now, first question is, which of the following category of land holding is good for small farmers? Okay. The options are 4 to 10 hectare, greater than 10 hectare, 2 to 4 hectare, 1 to 2 hectare, and less than 1 hectare. Okay. First you see the categories. See, for marginal farmers, it is less than 1 hectare. For small farmers, it is 1 to 2 hectare. For semi-medium farmers, it is 2 to 4 hectare. For medium farmers, it is 4 to 10 hectare. And for large farmers, it is 10 hectare or above. Okay. Then according to the questions, the question was asked about the small farmers. The answer will be 1 to 2 hectare. See, according to the agriculture census that was conducted in 2015-16, the average land holding size of farmers in our country is 1.08 hectare. Okay. And if you talk about the average land holding size of female farmers, then that is 0.90 hectare. And average land holding size of female is highest in Nagaland, that is near about 2.84 hectare. Okay. Now, if you see of these categories, in this category, what is that? That if you talk about the small and marginal farmers, so near about its share is these contributions of a small and marginal farmers, 86%, near about 86% of farmers of our country comes under small and marginal farmers, and near about 13% of farmers comes under semi-medium and medium farmers, and near about 0.5% farmers that comes under large farmers. Okay. Now next is, what is lay farming? The options are grouping of leguminous pastures after harvesting of the cereal crops, egg laying in poultry breeds, layering in horticulture crops, applying cow dung manures in fertilizer, growing of animals and field crops. Okay, first try to understand what is, see, in our country there are different types of farming, like shifting agriculture, plantation agriculture, intensive farming, dry agriculture, many things. Suppose you talk about the intensive agriculture. In intensive culture, large amount of inputs or labor or money is required. It is mainly done for the profit purpose. Okay. Next is, what is lay farming? Lay farming is system in which grasses and the legumes are cultivated in a, like you can talk about in this in rotation with hay, silage or pasture, so that we can meet the need of livestock and also conserve the soil fertility. Okay, we can understood, means when the cereals, other words, when cereals are harvested, after that we plant leguminous pastures for the use of animals. Then if you see the options, the only one option is this, we switch the definition, that is growing of leguminous pastures after the harvesting of the cereal crops. Okay. Now our next question is, which of the following practice reduce soil erosion, evapotranspiration, and reduce kinetic energy impact of raindrops? Okay, the first option is tillage, second is crop rotation, third is mixed cropping, fourth is mulching, and fifth is alley cropping. First we talk about tillage. What is tillage? Tillage is artificially manipulation of the soil. Okay, just we manipulate the soil according to our needs or according to the need of the crops. That is known as tillage. And what is crop rotation? This is a practice of planting different crops. Okay, and sequentially in the same plot of land, and to improve the soil fertility, or you can to optimize the nutrients use. Okay, or you can say then this is also a security to against the some crop failure. Okay, in the same plot of land, in alternate, in sequential manner, we crop the different crops. Okay. Next is mixed cropping. Mixed cropping is what? Is type of farming which includes both growing of crops as well as the raising of the livestock. Okay. And the last one is alley cropping. Alley cropping is what is done in alley cropping. These trees, planting of trees or shrubs in a rows, and in another rows we crops the agronomic or horticulture crops. Okay, means along with the agronomic or horticulture crops, we crops trees or shrubs, that is or woody plants. Okay, that is LA cropping. And the last one is, our last option is, which I left it, that is mulching. What is mulching? See, this is a practice. In mulching, what we do, this is such type of practice. In there's some crop residue, or you can say that to make a protective layer on the soil by using the mulches like this crop residue, or anything that can be, or you can use grasses, yeah, straw or bark chips, anything that covers the soil, so that there is less loss of water from the soil, means to reduce the evapotranspiration. And if soil is covered, then there will be less soil erosion also. And if that is covered, if soil is covered with the mulches, then when the water drops of rain falls into it, that will reduce its kinetic energy also. Okay, the answer to this question will be mulching. Now, next is, which of the following is primary macronutrients? The options are iron, calcium, potassium, boron, sodium. Now you can see what is macronutrients. Means it is those nutrients which are required by the plants in the concentration more than 1 ppm. Okay, this includes CHON, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. Okay, since from natural sources like air and water, supply of CHO, means carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, are abundantly found, so it is called basic nutrients also. Relatively, which nutrients are required in a smaller amount, means less than 1 ppm, for their development of the plant and growth, that is known as micronutrients. This includes iron, manganese, zinc, copper, nickel, boron, molybdenum, chlorine. Okay, these are further divided into cationic, having positive charge like iron, manganese, zinc, copper, nickel, and anionic, having negative charge, boron, molybdenum, and chlorine. Okay, these are also called as trace or oligo elements. So according to the questions, you can see the answer would be potassium, because primary is only 3 nutrients, NPK, and that comes under macronutrient. The answer will be potassium. See, if there is a question is only which of the following is macronutrients, then there is different answers. But if there is question is which of the following is primary macronutrient, then primary there are only 3, NPK, and there are macronutrients. The answer will be potassium. Now next is, which of the following is a symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria? Okay, now before explaining to this, just I would like to explain you something. See, symbiotic nitrogen fixation. What is symbiotic nitrogen fixing? Means what some bacteria do, they come in association with the leguminous crop, okay, and they fix the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil, so that plant can easily absorb that and reduce the use of, you can see, nitrogenous fertilizer. Then symbiotic means in association with someone. The symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria are rhizobium. Now you got the answer. First option is, second option is our rhizobium, Frankia, Anavina, Actinomycetes. Now that is symbiotic, in association with some other organism. Now the free living bacteria, in that comes the anaerobic, means in absence of oxygen, and aerobic. Okay, then when we talk about aerobic, then Azotobacter, Bijrenkia, anaerobic Clostridium, facultative bacteria, clay bacilla. Okay, associated symbiotic bacteria, it's Azoospermillium. Now again is phosphorus fixing microbes. There are two types. One is phosphorus solubilizer microbes, another is phosphorus absorbing microbes. Then phosphorus solubilizing microbes are Achitobacter, Trichoderma, PSB, PSM, and absorbing microbes are VM. VM is vascular or viscular mycorrhiza. Okay. Next lecture, again I will come with few good questions that has been asked in the previous examinations. We go through the video. Please subscribe our channel, press the bell icon, so that you should not miss our any video. Thank you.